Okay, guys. Hope everybody's having a great week. Sorry that the background's wonky today. It just doesn't want to catch. Um, Anyhow, yeah. So airport manager, a little different than FBO manager, but in some cases the same. Some people have both job titles. I know here at my home airport in Peachtree City, the FBO manager is the airport manager. Um, so you can have multiple responsibilities. In a larger airport, one that has multiple FBOs, normally it'll be a totally separate position. Depending on obviously who owns the airport and the size of the airport, the responsibilities are going to be different. Most of the time, it's a government entity that owns the airport, whether that's the city that it's in or the county or whatever. It's a government job. Did a little bit of research, and you go to 15 different websites and you get 15 different answers as far as salary goes. Indeed wanted to say that it was an average of around $70,000. I read an article published in 2003 on the AJC that says that for Hartsfield, the world's busiest airport, back in 2013, the airport general manager got a salary of $274,000. So, obviously, it's just kind of like a flying gig. As you move up in complexity and to the bigger boys, to the bigger operations, your compensation is going to go up as well. It's obviously, depending on the size of the operation, you're going to have to do more, juggle more, have more people that are answering to you. Just it's very similar to other management type positions, except there are a ton of regulations that you have to make sure that you're following. So that the airport itself stays legal to operate in and out of. And then, like I said, if you're having improvements going on, if you're having upgrades or construction, you're in charge of following all the NOTAMs, of making sure that it's a safe environment to operate in and out of. Obviously you're having accidents. Not only are people not going to want to fly into the airport, they can't because obviously the runway's closed, or the taxiway's closed, or something like that's going on. There are even less airport manager jobs out there than there are FBO manager jobs out there. You go to definitely any decent sized Charlie or Delta airport, and there's going to be several FBOs on the airport, but there really should only be one airport manager that is usually either has a board that they have to answer to, or is there in an advisory standpoint. It is like I said, it is a government job, so sometimes it's appointed, sometimes it's elected. Most of the time, it's the board hires the airport manager, and then they're there until they're basically they retire, or they'd have to get fired for cause, which, from all my research, is very, very rare. Glassdoor.com, which is a site that kind of tells you about different jobs that are out there and stuff, says that the average tenure of an airport general manager is it's like 12 years. So people are sticking around in these jobs for quite a while, but it's like I said, it's a job that comes with a bunch of different perks. The general manager for Hartsfield, which is I would imagine it's a special case because it's just a huge job, but it's got their base salary of $221,000, and then $6,000 car allowance and a bunch of other additional things that go into the compensation package. And in this case, he was appointed by the mayor of Atlanta, and then it was the city council confirmed him. So it's an appointed position in Atlanta. It might be different in several other places, but I would imagine that's kind of a fairly standard thing for most big cities if they own and operate the airport. It's I would imagine much like other industries. You have your one general manager of an airport, but depending on the size of it, there could be other positions underneath them that would still hold the manager title. You've got line level supervisors. You've got somebody that in a really big facility might oversee maintenance, might oversee line ops, might oversee a different area of operation, concierge or catering, or who knows. Some of these very large airports, I would imagine, have a whole lot of different divisions. So while there might be only one general manager, there could be several managers underneath them. So the big boys make the big money, but those jobs are really rare. But it's still something you can get into, and then hang around long enough and work your way to the top. So again, it's important to be very detail oriented, so you stay legal. It's important to understand people, because you're basically that's all you're doing there, is managing different people. So not for me. I want to fly airplanes. Just went and got my medical today again, so woohoo, legal for another year that way. But it's something that if you do lose your medical, these are jobs that you can get into if you can't fly anymore. If you get a bum ticker, or if something else comes along, the education that you get and the people that you meet could definitely parlay into one of those opportunities further on down the road if it gets to the point where you can't fly anymore. So just because you're not interested in doing it right now, it's not something that it hurts to look into and to know is available. If you ever need to quit flying for a living. So again, hope everybody's having a great week, and we'll see you around. Bye.